As mentioned previously, I'm an English student, and I just recently finished more of those exam things. People mocking my vocation aside, the key thing that I've been getting from friends and family is that English students spend an inordinate amount of their time reading things into text that the author never intended. You may have noticed a meme going around recently on the likes of Facebook and Tumblr. The scenario involves a statement whereby some curtains are blue. It's followed by what the teacher thinks the author meant, which is a statement that the author is in a state of melancholy, represented by the abstract associations we make with the colour blue, and depression. And this is followed by a statement by the author by which he meant that the curtains are literally blue and held no deeper meaning. Whilst it is a quite simplified level of what English students do occasionally do, it is not always the case that poetic and literature forms are as simple as they appear. For example, in Sylvia Plath's Your poem, she describes her unborn child as "Oh high riser, my little loaf." I think it's fair to say that Plath putting a metaphorical allusion on the colloquial term bun in the oven is a bit more likely than her being pregnant with a loaf of bread. Oh, and little poetry fact, that "oh," it's called an apostrophe. No, not that apostrophe. That said, us English students are occasionally guilty of manipulating a text to make it better fit what we have to say, and using this can come into one of two categories, and depending on which category it falls into, it allows us to see whether we can validate such a reading. The first kind of reading is the unintentional or the inspirational. This is a kind of independent reading that an author didn't intend for the book, but isn't being used for a purpose. To use our first example of the curtains being blue, if an independent person comes along and reads something into that applies to their life or their situation in life at the time, but isn't being used for a purpose, say an essay or an assignment, then it's derived from independently. The reading is purely personal, and the text has inspired the person outside of what the author intended. And because such a reading isn't being coaxed by some sort of assignment or some other thing where the person who makes the reading benefits, the reading is valid. The second kind is the invalid, or profitable reading. As you can probably guess, this is when a reading of a text is subverted wildly beyond its original meaning for the sake of an assignment or an essay. The person making the reading benefits from forcing such a reading to be true. These readings, whilst not incorrect, tend to have a tenuous link with the text as a whole. They overall work better in a forced context than one derived independently and naturally, and as such a reading is invalid because it is for the benefit of something other than the text. Okay, so first since I've finished filming that, I've moved flat, so don't panic that all the surroundings are different and weird and dead light. So I know things have been getting dead intellectual recently, and I apologise for that, so next video I'll do something really stupid like blend my shoes or something. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I had to say, and leave me a comment down below, because I'm quite interested in knowing if any of you guys have ever come across anything in like a book or a poem or something, and it's inspired something in your life, or you've read something into it that you thought, oh, that's actually pretty interesting because this means this or that. Because it would be nice to see if I can actually validate the theory, so that'd be cool. Hope to see you soon. Ta for watching.